No, you got your man out there doing bigger and better things. Okay? And I blame, Trey asked a good question. How did it get so bad? I blame y'all. Because y'all been sitting on the fucking sidelines, letting these women do this bullshit, not setting boundaries, not telling women no, fuck off. And that's why we do what you allow us to do. You are one I love to hate and hate to love, but at the end of the day, I love you, baby girl. Come on the panel, let's go, please. Let's go. You're going to be in market, but you might go back limping.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
What's going on? What's going on? Hold on a second. Can y'all hear me now? Okay. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Guys, I'm really nervous for some reason. Trying to make a good impression on you guys. So let me get this right for you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me get this right for you guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. Can you hear me now? This should be better. Okay, this should be better now. Okay, so we good. Welcome to the new and improved Embrace the Grace channel. I just want to give a shout out to everybody who has been a part of this level up. A lot of the things that you're going to see on this show has been done by the one and only Drip from the Drip Show. And of course, Black Man Unfiltered has some hand in this and some say in this. But you know what? That's what happens. You want to make people grow and see people succeed as well. So you guys saw the thumbnail. And by the way, to all my lady embracers, everybody knows that my channel advocates for men, especially Black men. But today we're going to do a little something different. We are going to have a chat with the men, because the only way to learn about men is from the men. I'm just a messenger. I'm just bringing the information up front for y'all ladies to become better, so you can do better. And you can become better versions of yourselves, so you can get what you want when it comes out of a man. Because we got a lot of learning to do on both ends. But at the end of the day, today, this show is for my lady embracers. So I hope you guys appreciate this. It's not going against the grain, because everybody seems to forget that sometimes, at the end of the day, not sometimes, I am still a woman. And I still am an emotional being. So this show came about when I was on a guest on, shout out to DJ Hamp. So tell a friend to tell a friend about this show. We was having an awesome conversation. There was a panel full of beautiful queens, a lot of different perspectives. And then here comes somebody and just freaking blows the air out of the room. Killjoy. So I clipped him. And I asked men who I rock with and rock with me to come up here and help me make sense of this. Because with all the beef that's been going on lately on YouTube streets, with all the foolery and disrespect, you know, we need to start being more solution-based versus just rah, 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 rah. And I'm guilty of it too. You know, I'm learning and I'm growing as we go. This airplane is being built as we fly in it. So y'all better strap in tight. Make sure y'all got your mask, your flight device. Because right now we spirit, we soul plane in this mall. You know, we're going to get there to JetBlue. But right now we soul plane in this. But with that being said, he didn't hurt my feelings. He just irked me. Because here are men all the time on these YouTube streets pointing at women and talking about women, how we need to do better and how we need to do this and how we need to change this and how do we, you know, I get it. I get it. What's up, Travel One? This for you, baby girl. This is for you, a lady like you, always keeping me on my toes. And I'm going to give a shout out to everybody that's in the room. Just give me a minute because I don't have engineers in the back helping me out today. I'm telling you, this is all me. So I'm going to get to it. I'm definitely going to get to it. And I already see my guys in the backstage ready to go. But my lady embracers, this is going to be for you. So give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and start bringing up the gentlemen. So far, I got 2 who showed up. How you doing, BMU? What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm nervous for some reason. I know you can hear it in my voice, but it's all good.
I don't know what you're nervous for.
I don't know either, but it's all good. Izzy Bands, my man, how you doing?
Hey, embrace the grace. I'm well, and yourself? Hey, what's up, BMU? What's good, man?
What's going on? How you feeling, brother?
Hey, better.
We got some more kings coming up, but I do appreciate you guys being, you know, because being on time is being late. But we all get it. It's all good. I had to catch y'all men before football season, so that's why I had to do it this Sunday, because I know next week it's gonna be a whole different beast for y'all, and I get it because I'm waiting on my jets. Okay.
Hey, Catalina, how you doing, sis? Hey, AM, probably be through momentarily. He gotta grab something to eat. He said.
Yup, he just said he's on the way. So let me see who's in the room just to give more people time to get in here. So you know, I got Darwin. He already put the eyes in there real early in the show, trying to see what's going on. And of course, I got my queen, got the Leah and Take Heed. They're up here already monitoring and doing their job. Who else I got here? I got Stanley. Everybody in the room saying hi to each other. Oh, I got Cajun Dark Fire up in here because, you know, my peoples became my peoples. So y'all going to see everybody's peoples up in here. So please make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share, of course, to my channel. Subscribe to all the great content creators that I rock with, because I rock with them because they rock with me. And we have like-mind mindsets. Okay? You cannot want to be a millionaire and hang out with broke people. I can't want to be a great content creator if I don't surround myself with great content creators. Same concept. So I got Stanley, I got his ghetto point of view. What's up? How you doing? IB Wody is up in here. I know all of y'all, either through one of my great content creators, or you guys are actually embracers. Y'all are all up in here, and I love to see that. I appreciate y'all. If I don't get to all of y'all, please forgive me. Like I said, I'm manning this on my own. Nobody's going to help me. I'm really trying to do this on my own. But a lot of people don't know how I operate, so I feel it necessary because y'all know what's been going on these YouTube streets. So I am going to go over the rules of engagement because it's necessary. Okay, I try to run a tight ship over here, not no foolery over here. So the first thing we're gonna put down is no over talking each other, please. Especially me, the host. Okay, so let's get it together. Number 2, no sign language. And nobody knows what no sign language is, then you ain't really a Kevin Samuels fan. But if nobody knows, let's get into it. No shaming, no insults, no making people feel guilty, and the need to be right. This is a discussion. Is there right and wrong answers? Absolutely. But let's just agree to disagree so we can be adults about this. Okay? And most importantly, let's please stay on topic. Let's stay on topic. I don't want to take a lot of your time because you guys could have been anywhere in this world, and you guys decided to embrace me. And I want to thank y'all for that. I really, really do appreciate it. And lastly, but not least, the 2 strike rule. You get 1 strike. If you act up, I'll drop you, put you on ice. I'll bring you back up. And if the 2nd strike, that's it. My moderators have the right to ban, block, and do whatever necessary to keep it respectful. That's all I want. Let's be graceful. You know, my therapist said 5 years ago that I need to be more graceful versus so gangster. So I have been applying that in my life. It's not easy. Roxanne will come out once in a while. That's her name, Roxanne. But I tried to keep her unchecked. So with that being said, guys, when y'all saw the thumbnail, when I hit y'all up and asked you to be a part of this panel, King versus Peasant, what came to y'all? What came to your head, BMW? When BMW, wow, BMU, what came to your mind?
I mean, it's basically saying men who are standing on business, who are being men, and men who are standing on business being women. Okay,
I like that. Izzy, what did you think when I hit you up about the show and then you finally saw the thumbnail? What did you think about that?
I was like, well, I hope she don't want me to be on the peasant side. Nah, I'm just kidding. But,
never that.
Nah. I was just thinking like, like BMU said, basically about, I one thing I appreciate about you is that you do a lot to try to uplift Black men. You have a Black son, you know what I'm saying? Your family is Black, you know what I'm saying, as well as other ethnicities as well. But I do appreciate that you do a great job of uplifting Black men. You don't always agree with us, but you try to uplift us. You try to celebrate us, and I appreciate that. So, I think it was like basically trying to hold brothers to a standard while showing what the standard is.
Absolutely, and you get it. You get me, because I don't hate Black women. And I know I have this reputation of being a Black woman basher, and that's not even it. But if the shoe fits, wear it. Don't shoot the messenger. And we're even going to talk about that, the delivery of message, who delivers the message, because if anybody knows me, I don't just get up here and talk shit. Well, sometimes I do, but I do my research. I bring statistics. I bring information and data, because at the end of the day, like Izzy said, I do want to do better. My intentions are not malicious. My intentions are not facetious. So give me just 1 second. Hey, what's up, AM? How you doing?
What's good, y'all? Salute to the light-skinned drippy guy. What's up, family? How you doing?
And good evening, Sir Hale. How are you today, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Grace? I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm just happy to see my kings on this panel. And I handpicked y'all. I'm going to put it out there, because y'all are the ones that rock with me, and I rock with y'all, and I see king qualities in y'all, and I look up to y'all, and I respect y'all. And that's why I picked y'all. Angry Man, Izzy, BMU, and Sir Hale. We got a couple.
Sir Hale, what's up, man?
Is that black man?
What's going on, my boy? What's going on, my guy? That's my boy right there. What's going on, man?
Izzy.
What's up, Sir Hale? How you doing, man?
Good, man. What's good?
Long time no see, brother.
I got a question about the rules.
Yes, sir. Did you see them?
Yeah, I was listening to them. The question I have, the insults, does that pertain to just the panel, or is that the panel and the chat room?
Well, Angry Man, I'm trying to learn, and we both need to learn that we have to stay out the chat. We have to trust our moderators. See, I can't, because I'm manning this on my own, I can't be on the chat right now. So I got to trust that my moderators are going to do the right thing. Now, if you request me to bring up a chat on the screen, I definitely will, and we will dissect it. I will give you the opportunity to address, but I really want to get the contents of this topic out. But we won't, because you and me are like in that way. I get all too wrapped up in the chat sometimes, and then we lose focus. So
okay,
we can if it gets bad.
Okay, fair enough. I will make a vow to try to stay out of the chat as long as I can just say one thing about the chat.
Go ahead, Angry Man.
Travel One buys maxi pads from the Nigerians on Canal.
All right, that's your one. That's your one.
I'm trying to get over COVID, man. You can't be making me cough laugh like that. Yeah, that's hilarious. Hey, Grace, if you want, you can switch me and Angry Man, because since I'm not cammed up, you can put AM up at the top. Yeah, put me down low. It's all good.
There we go. Hold on a second. I'll fix it right there. You see, guys, I take heed to my king's advice, because I know it's coming from a good place. See, y'all will see it as they trying to control the show. I don't see it that way. See, that's the mindset that us women need to get focused to. Now, if it was somebody that didn't know me and didn't give a shit, I'd question it. See, that's the difference. So what I was asking the gentleman before Sir Hale Angry Man came in, I wanted your opinion on the topic and the thumbnail. When I hit y'all up and I asked you to come on the panel and I gave you the topic, what did you think, Sir Hale? What was your first impression of that topic?
If I'm being honest with you, first of all, if you don't mind me doing this, Grace, it's good to be here. Black man, bro, what's good, man?
That's my
what's
guy.
Good, man.
That's my guy.
Man, it's good to see you, bro. Angry Man, much respect to what you do, bro. You got me looking at these reels, pausing, just looking at people, looking crazy at the foolishness going on, man. So salute to you and all you do, bro.
Appreciate it.
And salute to the wonderful chat in the building. Good to see everybody. So embrace, if I'm being honest with you, I didn't really spend too much time looking at the title. My thing is if you reach out and you ask me to be there, it doesn't matter what the title is, doesn't matter what the thumbnail looks like. If you ask, I'm showing up. So that's really what it is. And
I appreciate that from you. And you're the first one to respond, the first one to give me a heads up. And you really do mean that. And I appreciate that, because you have allowed me to be on your panel. And now you are giving that love back. And reciprocation is always a good thing in business, in love, in family, in anything. It's always got to be a two-way street. When one is doing more than the other, then that's when resentment, anger, and hate sets in. So I appreciate you rocking with me. Angry Man, I appreciate you coming with me. I had to use somebody else to get to you, because you're a hard man to catch up with, but I knew exactly who to use to get to you. I am a great delegator. When you saw the topic and you saw the thumbnail, what came to your mind?
Should be an interesting conversation.
Okay. And it is going to be an interesting conversation. And again, I'll let you guys know how this came about. I was on a panel, salute to DJ Hamp, and we were having a great conversation. Tommy Stoudemire showed up, and it was great. Soon as this dude comes in, it's like, you know when somebody walks into a room and it sucks up the air in a balloon, and just a killjoy, just killed the whole vibe. And it wasn't that I got in my feelings. He irked me. He irked me. He really did. Well, maybe I should say he triggered me. The way he addressed me, the way the names and the insults that I got, and then he tried to backpedal and try to say this and that. And now I gotta show the men this clip, because here you are telling the ladies, hey, you guys need to do better. You guys need to be more non-combative, more submissive, more this, more this, more that. But gentlemen, when we have men like this addressing women, what then? I'm confused, because you say do this and we do it. Like I was called the enforcer, or I forced my husband to marry me. I simply required him to marry me. Now it's looked upon as I'm a control freak, and you'll hear it where he called me a control freak. So now I'm a control freak because I made my baby daddy, I required him to marry me. So which one is it, guys? I really am confused, because I did what is asked of me. I married my son's father. Yes, we're divorced, but we hung in there for 12 years. I did the right thing. It feels like I'm damned if I do. A lot of us women feel that. We damned if we do, and we damned if we don't. So I want y'all to see how he addressed us women. I want you how to see his choice of words. I want you to see how he articulated his thoughts and he expressed himself, because a woman like me immediately shut down. I don't do well with yellers. Now, if I have a man and he yells at me sometimes, and if it's warranted, that's okay. But an everyday thing who yells all the time, that's not going to work with me. So with that being said, I need to ask you, gentlemen, do you think delivery to a woman is important if you're trying to get a message out? And I'm going to ask this to the men across the board. BMU, I get it. A lot of us women are soft and overly sensitive, and God forbid if you say something, y'all are sassy, y'all will be considered gay or monogistic. I don't know how to say that word. You know what I'm trying to say. Or a narcissist. What do you say about that when women get caught up in the delivery, in the message that you're trying to tell us women? And I'm gonna need to take off the jacket for this, because I know it's gonna get hot in here. No.
Oh.
Well, if I don't get enough donations, we're going to have to do something. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to donate to the channel. Cash at me, because I'm not monetized yet. Trying to get to 1K by my birthday. And I'm going to be grinding. That's why this is a new and improved channel. So let me show y'all a little something that I got so far. So if you guys feel like donating, why don't y'all go ahead and do this for me, okay? Try.
Throw it up. Watch it all fall out. All I see, money. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a D, I need the money. I got bands in the coop, bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop, money. All I really wanna see is the money. I don't really need a.
Shout out to Drip from the Drip Show, leveling up my channel. So don't be shy. Y'all love to donate to other channels. Now it's time to add another one to your list. So BMU, tell me, is delivery important in how you talk to women, or just people in general?
No, I think it's facts over feelings, and I think it's not about how you deliver it. It's what the message is.
Okay.
So I think a lot of women, they're sensitive when it comes to them, but they're not sensitive when they deliver it themselves. It's okay for you to tell me that I'm not man enough, I don't make enough money, you're not tall enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not this, you're not that. It's okay, because you feel the need to do that. You feel comfortable doing that, and I think it should be the same way. You're an adult just like I am, and I think that it's not about the delivery, it's about the message. And if you listen to the message and what someone is saying, then maybe you'll learn more from that instead of being emotional about the delivery.
So in other words, take heed to the message, and shout out to my queen, Take Heed. So take heed to the message and don't really concentrate too much on the delivery. Is that what I heard from you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Sir Health, you tell me the same question. Do you think delivery is important when you speak to women or just people in general?
So yes. But I want to piggyback on what Black Man said, because I want to contextualize this. So it shouldn't matter after trust has been established. So if a man and a woman have been together, or fathering children, whoever, once trust is established and we know that that man has your best interest at heart, it shouldn't matter how it's being said, as long as they're saying something that needs to be said and something that's going to help to improve you. Now, taking it off of that, if trust hasn't been established, then of course somebody's going to default to the delivery matters. I say this all the time. So think about it like this. So say you starving, like say you hungry, you haven't eaten and you need some food now. Do you really care how it's delivered if you are hungry enough for it? No, you just feed me. And I think that a lot of people who need the masculine foresight, perspective, and wisdom of a man haven't yet developed a hunger for, which is why they have all these preferences for how it needs to be delivered. They're not hungry for it yet. The hunger starts striking up once they get of age and the level of access and a pool that they used to have no longer is there, right? So in short, delivery does matter, but trust is a big factor in how much that delivery matters to a person who's on the receiving end of what a man has to say.
Absolutely. And I agree with you, because if I trust that man and I know that that man is coming from a good place and has goodwill intentions, then you're right. Because he may be angry at that time, he may be disappointed at that time, and sometimes it is warranted, ladies. We do need to be yelled at and reprimanded and corrected in a certain manner, because sometimes we don't listen when they talk to us nicely. And I get it. I've seen it, gentlemen, where a man will talk low, cool, calm, and collective, and she will totally disrespect him and then expect him to blow her back out at the end of the night with no problems. I mean, maybe these young men are okay with that because they allow it, but the older gentlemen, no, everything is mental. And if they're not connected with you, they're not going to be connected down there with you. But I agree with you, Sir Hale. But this particular incident, I didn't know him from Adam. He came in, and I want your honest opinion when y'all see this clip. Did I overreact? Could I have done something better? Because I'm here to learn too. As long as I take my last breath, I'm here on this earth to learn. Okay, let me go ahead and welcome Hank. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, ma'am? How y'all doing today? How y'all fellas doing?
What's good, Hank? What's the deal, man?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, Hank, man, congratulations. He got married. He got a crib. They didn't move. Man, listen, Hank, I want to say congratulations, man, because I had
congratulations, bro.
He came to Dallas to break bread with him and his fiance at the time. And so she's a beautiful woman, beautiful spirit, man. You got your good one, Hank. So congratulations on your wedding and your new home, my brother.
Yeah, congratulations, Hank.
Right, hey, congratulations, Hank. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And who said there wasn't life after 45? Damn it.
Well,
I hear you, but I'm giving a shout out to Miss Doreen, because whoever can deal with Mr. Hank, I give her my props, sir.
Yeah. He is the second most interesting man in the world. So there's that. So I don't know.
Well, why you think he's on my panel? Shoot. You know, even though I see Hank as a king and his qualities, but I don't think I can even handle Hank. That he's a little bit too much. So you know, Doreen got that for us. Doreen got that, but I respect him. He speaks fact and he comes from the heart. He's trying to do better, and that's what matters to me. Okay, so I'm gonna do a U-turn, bring it back to Izzy. The same question, Angry Man and Hank. I'll come back to you. So Izzy, what do you think? Do you think delivery of a message, especially to women, should that matter, or does it even matter?
I think context is the first important key, right? Because in any situation, context matters. So if it's a woman, like, because I could tell you, yo, get your ass out the way and save your life. You know what I'm saying? And so that shouldn't matter, because that's what came out and that's what you needed to hear to save your life. At the same time, just overall in general conversation, in conversing, I try to carry things the way I want people to treat me. I don't like people talking to me crazy, so I generally try not to talk crazy to people. And so, especially with women, a lot of times they stop hearing you and they shut off, depending on the delivery. A lot of women don't really have that button that allows them to hear the message when you're talking to them a certain type of way. So it depends on what I want or what I need at the particular time. I cater it to the context and the circumstance of the situation.
Absolutely, absolutely. What about you, angry man? I know your delivery can be rough. I can deal with it because my dad is just like you, angry man. He ain't fuck around. He ain't have time to sugarcoat anything. He would tell me straight up, "Your ass is home at 12 o'clock. Ain't nothing open after 12 but legs, and I'll be damned if they're yours." That's how he used to handle me. He didn't play. He did not play. He did not. I got plenty of smacks across the face because came slick out the mouth. But I said what I had to say because he taught me to express myself. But it is what it is. What do you think, angry man? Is delivery important?
My bad, I was muted. First of all, congratulations, Hank, on your marriage. Secondly, could you switch me with is because he stole my answer.
You word.
So I was gonna say also, context definitely matters. I agree with what all of the brothers are saying pretty much because I think it was Sir Hale that said trust is important in that situation because it's one thing for somebody that you're already dealing with and interacting with and you do something incorrectly and that man raises his voice or gets upset with you. That's different than you're chilling somewhere and some random dude just starts barking on you. Those are two different things, right?
Okay.
So I think it matters as far as the context goes, but I don't think that women should form a habit of tone policing, which is especially when you're dealing with black men, because black men have had to deal with being emasculated and talked down to for so long that whenever we show any type of authoritative demeanor, we're immediately told, who you think you talking to, and it further exacerbates that whole thing of you being a black man and you basically being a boy no matter how old you are. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even at the same time where a lot of brothers grow up with their mama screaming on them, telling them to shut up, telling them to go sit down. So there's a lot of history and trauma behind that. So my thing is, I think it just matters about the situation. Like Iz said, it's the context that matters. But women need to realize that at some point, a man is going to beat his chest. It's just normal.
Okay. And what about you, Hank? Well, the first thing I wanted to ask you, because you missed the first question, when I hit you up and told you the topic, and then you got to see the thumbnail, what came to mind when you saw that topic in that thumbnail?
Man, it was a hell of a thumbnail. I like that. I gotta appreciate that. That's my first initial thought. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to get them to do some work for me, whoever that did that. But as far as the topic, man, I think it's definitely a good one.
Okay, and just know, you guys, I did invite you because you guys are considered kings in my eyes. I didn't invite any peasants. I just want the ladies to hear from the reputable king-like men, not the Pookies and Ray Rays, because we're not going to learn nothing from them. Now, what do you, well, I already know what you're going to say to this, but we got to hear it. Women got to hear it. Does delivery matter when speaking to a woman or a person? Does delivery matter?
Yeah, no offense to you. Right.
No, none taken. Say what you got to say.
The average woman, it doesn't matter to me for what she thinks. I don't give a shit about her. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to argue with a woman. I'm not going to go back and forth with a woman because you're beneath me. And I feel like there's no need for me to even waste my time and argue with you. Now, my wife, I'll argue with her. And if she has an issue with my tone delivery, then I'm gonna evaluate it. But at the end of the day, she knows me as a person. You wouldn't be with me if you didn't like my tone. You married me, you got with me, and this is how I was when you got with me. It's not something I develop over time with you and all of that. No, this is where I came. So you accepted it then and continue to accept me now. Now I'm not gonna be disrespectful. Now I know some people kind of confuse that tone delivery is disrespect. I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm gonna come with the utmost love and respect for you. But the average chick, she you better accept me as I am. And if you don't like it,
or you'll get left at the restaurant. You'll get left at the restaurant, real.
I don't go home with you. You're not a factor to me. You just a in between time and the meantime, and that's cool. So I'm not gonna adjust it too much. Again, like I said, I'm not gonna disrespect you. Nothing like that. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not going to go the extra mile for you, like I would do for my wife or any respectful
I hear
person
you.
in my family. So.
So what I'm hearing from you, Hank, is that it's according to who you're speaking to and how you value them. Anybody else is average and beneath you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and a lot of women would get offended for this one word, Hank, beneath me. And let me tell you, lady embracers, that is not a diss. If you take it as a diss, then you don't know your place as a woman. I mean, could he use the better word? Absolutely. But you see, that doesn't bother me because I know him and I know how he's trying to speak. And if you know your place in this world, you know that the man is number one and the woman is number two. So number one is beneath number two. So he's really not saying something as an insult, but I'm sure that a lot of you women would take it as an insult, and some of us need to get over it. But go ahead.
Well, one thing you have to know me is that I believe in hierarchy and I believe in gender roles. So that alone will give you some type of an idea. Now, if you don't believe in it, then that's why you take offense to that shit. I don't know. But go ahead, Angry Man.
But doesn't every woman end up beneath a man eventually?
And I mean, I'm going to the gutter right now, AM. Is that what you were talking about? Yeah, you were. Okay, so you're right. You're absolutely right, sir. You're right.
And to be protected, you want to be beneath too. You want to be underneath his covering to be protected, to be real. But
facts.
Again, there goes the word beneath. You see how many times we can use the same word and so many different connotations. You just have to decipher what connotation from that person that it's coming from before we get so easily offended. Maybe by the time this show, you guys will tell me, nah, Grace, you overreacted. You could have done this. And you're right. That's why we're having this show. This so you men can show me to be better and my lady embracers. But I did some research. And then this is what I took honors communications, speech communications in college. And let me tell you guys, delivery is very important. And I'm going to bring a perfect example to you. Trump, he is a master at delivering speeches, his hand gestures, the way he tones things, his body language. Do you think he does that by accident? Oh, that is purposely and intentionally and mindfully done. From a person that took classes can pick up on it. When he does like this, when he says something and then whispers something right underneath it, that is all strategically done to deliver his message and keep your undivided attention to him. So this is what it says about delivery of a message, gentlemen, and to my audience. Delivery of a message importance lie in its ability to enhance communication, engage and persuade others, building relationship, and inspires action. I'm gonna stop it right there. So if you men, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I have no authority over you men and I have no right correcting you. That's why I'm bringing it to the table so we can dissect it. if you want to inspire our women and women, it's saying here that it lies to enhance communication, engagement, and persuasion, and to inspire action. The delivery of importance is important, whether in professional or personal context. Effective delivery contributes to successful, meaningful connection. The main purpose of a delivery is to enhance and not distract from the message. So I heard you, gentlemen. You heard the definition or the idea of the delivery of a message. What say you about this? To effectively communicate and be successful in meaningful connection, delivery does matter. BMU, does that change anything? The mute monster got you.
Yeah. After listening to the guys, it changes one thing. If it's somebody you have respect for, yes. But when you're out here in the world and you're addressing things that you see or things that surround your children or your family, it's all about the message. It's like going to church and telling the pastor, hey, it's all about. And I think that's one of the things that's wrong with the church today. I think that's why the church has turned into a pandering machine because of what you just said. It's all about what you say, coddle them, make them feel good and necessary, make them feel wanted, and so the pastors get up there and say, yes, women, you should. And now the church is filled with women because they know when they go, there's no accountability. They're going to pander because they're delivering it the right way. Instead of saying, hey, listen, because I heard, we did a show, you were there. We did a show and I showed you Pastor Jamal Bryant, remember? Mm-hmm. And Pastor Jamal Bryant on Father's Day say men ain't nothing. They ain't shit, basically. Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'll send it to you. He basically said on Father's Day that men weren't shit. But on Mother's Day, so what if a woman went out and had a deletion? So what if a woman was up late at night out in the club? You don't know what she's been through. You don't know what she had to go through. You don't know where her mind was. You don't know what she was thinking. Everything was pandering. But the man was held accountable, but he will not say that to a woman. You see what happened to TD Jakes? I'm gonna land my plane here. You see what happened to TD Jakes when he said what he said? That women need to be quiet, submit to their men, all this other stuff. His church was empty the next Sunday. He put his daughter up front and got the church back full.
Wow. So, Sir Hale, delivery to you is important, and I appreciate that. And I gave you the information of delivery of message, so you kind of match that. You know, but the main takeaway that I got from you is we must develop a bond of trust. So, ladies, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
If you don't mind me, I want to extend upon that.
Absolutely.
Because anytime communication is about inspiration, I think this is the issue we have. We're spending so many times, look at me getting my Trump on. I think we spend too much time trying to make sure that we inspire. And inspiration without instruction creates delusion. And I think if you think about this, if we control our message and all we do is simply because we're trying to inspire them and make people feel good, but we haven't cultured them to receive instruction, it's like we keep these sisters on this high that when they come down, they don't know how to deal with the realities of life. And part of the role of a father is to create that sense of self-regulation, the ability to take constructive criticism without thinking you're being attacked, so that when you have inspiration stands on the platform that instruction provides. So I'm saying that to say that it cannot be that men are focused solely on delivery because we're trying to inspire. We're simply trying to get them to listen, because there's a lot of women who are hearing, but they're not listening. So what we need is the ability to have some instruction, and then we inspire the ladies who are hearing men to act upon the instruction that we've given.
Now, do you think, Sir Hale, that these young men of today are being taught how to communicate effectively, are being taught to be leaders?
And too much. Yes, and too much. So what's happening is young girls who don't have fathers, the pressure to add that fathering is on the boyfriend and husbands. So we're expecting men to be lovers and fathers to women. If data was there, it's almost as if men are in position to build women. So women can't benefit men like they're supposed to, because all the attention goes to helping her to just listen and be father. So that's why fathers need to be there, because we're over teaching men to over communicate, to be overly sensitive, to be overly cautious. And that's dampening the instincts that we have to be men and to be leaders and to take action. Like, the part of the thing that makes me and men is when we need to take action, we don't sit around holding hands, singing Kumbaya.
Yeah.
We got wisdom and we know how to move. We're asking men to dumb that down. And so to answer your question, yes, men are being taught to be leaders. We were taught to, communicate, but it's being overdone now. It's to the point now that he can't simply be a man because he's trying to cater to a woman who doesn't have the instruction to appreciate or listen when he actually speaks.
Can I say something to that point that Sir
Absolutely.
Yo, let me just say that I want to disagree a little bit, Sir Hell, but I love your voice, man. Every time I hear your voice, man, I'll be like, yo, that guy, like you remind me of like a regal character, man. So Sir Hell is a fitting name. Shout out to you, man. The slight pushback, or maybe it's more of an adding on. I don't think that young men really know how to communicate, okay? Because they learn their communication from their mama. And because they learn their communication from their mama and she doesn't really know how to communicate, they're not being taught how to really communicate. What they're being taught is how to be ran by their mama. What they're being taught is how to be their mama's servant, pretty much, or how to be the put in or the placeholder for the man that she wants to have in her life that she can run. And so because of that, I think that it actually does the opposite. It puts these young men at a disservice when it comes to other women, because not only does it repel them, because they don't want that type of pushover man. They don't want that type of man that's going to placate to them. They don't want that type of man who's going to just do everything. They use that man, and they use him desperately, and they use him harshly, right? And then toss him to the side. I think that they don't really learn how to communicate, but then those same men become bitter because it was nothing like mama said it would be.
And Izzy, I would have to agree with you, because a lot of these young men are catching on the characteristics of their mama, because, Sir Hale, they don't have that father figure in the house. And as a result, they have very much like female characteristics. And I see it because I coach young men in basketball. They act like little girls sometimes, and I don't even deal with it. I just go run the bleachers, get out of my face, because I don't have time. There's no crying or bitching in basketball. I could be rough too and abrasive, but I'm mindful now, and I'm much better at who am I addressing, why am I addressing them, and I've also learned not to react to everything right away. Remember, the motto of my therapist said is we're being more graceful versus so gangster. I'm being taught how to speak more soft and lovely. And it's work, guys. It's a lot of work, but I'm putting in the work. I got mentors. I got people working with me. But at the end of the day, my love language is words of affirmation. And if you coming at me, rah, 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 if it's warranted, I'm going to listen and I'm going to take it, because that's what I'm supposed to do. But when it's not warranted and you're just being overreacting, I'll shut down and I'll come back and I'll circle back. So, Izzy, did you have anything else to add? Because I know you added on to Sir Hale.
I got a little pushback for Izzy as well.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I love it.
Hey, so, tell him you don't like his voice, though.
It's okay.
Women, listen, women.
It's not as regal as Sir Hale's voice. Sir Hale got a rich regal voice.
Listen, it's classic communication. You say something nice and then you disagree. You did good. You did good. So it's not really even pushback. But yes, so men do learn how to communicate, but only in a language that relates to inspiring women. This is why we go back to it. So they do know how to inspire. Think about this. Go on social media and look at the number of men content creators who they built their whole platform by saying all the inspirational, affirmational words. See, I'm not a big affirmation guy. And the reason why I'm not is because affirmation is for people who are honest with themselves. Like if you haven't done the work to be able to handle instructions, affirmation just adds to the delusion, right? So I think before affirmation has to be instruction. The second part of this is you'll know that men are learning how to communicate because they're quick to run to women, but they cannot hold a conversation with real men. Really think about this. Think about some of the conversations we have with other men who just going at it, and they can't even be logical. They're quick with their words. They're emotionally reactive. They're unstable. So our men are being trained how to communicate with women to inspire them. But when they step into that leadership role to instruct, that's where they have a gap in learning. And you will see that because they can't identify and have a whole conversation with men who are able to communicate and really speak on the points that they want to speak on.
I know AM want to get in there, so I'll go after AM. Go ahead, sir. I know you want to get in there. I know you don't agree. Go ahead, bro. You got it. I got after AM. I got after AM.
Okay, go ahead, AM. What say you? What I said about the delivery of message, inspiring. What and I know you and how you talk, but you talk different to your wife the way you talk different to other women. Would that be safe to assume?
Definitely.
Okay, so do you think that women are just too soft nowadays and over too sensitive?
No, I think that women are creating their own definitions for words that don't apply. Because you're breaking down the definition of a delivery, but it's really a transaction. In other words, as a man, I'm an Amazon delivery guy. I get paid whether you accept the package or not. Whether you accept the delivery or not, I'm still getting paid. I can literally walk up and deliver the message and somebody else can come and grab it. I'm going to be like, damn, that's messed up. And then I'm going to walk smooth off because my whole purpose was to deliver the message. Now, whether you accept it or not, that's on you at the end of the day. So whether I say it in a nice way or whether I say it in a mean way, the point was for me to say it. Now it's off of me because you're never going to turn around and say, oh, you lied to me. Because the biggest problem that I see with women in this day and age, modern women, is this idea that women don't have any agency, that life just happens to them and none of it has anything to do with what they've done or choices they've made or whatever. So my whole approach when it comes to delivering a message to women is I'm going to tell you the raw, honest truth, whether you like it or not. And then when you don't listen to me and the shit blow up in your face, you're not going to be able to turn around and look at me and say, well, you didn't tell me it was going to happen, or you didn't say. No, I said it. And I'm not even going to gloat. When I was younger, I used to gloat. I don't even gloat no more. Now I just, soon as it happens, I'm just going to look at you like.
You're going to gloat silently.
Yeah, I'm going to silently gloat. See, I have class now. You feel what I'm saying? But no, like, I'm not like, I don't get... Women are looking at a male's delivery in conversation to them like it's a transaction. Like the only way that the delivery or the words that you're saying are relevant is if she accepts it.
Okay.
It's still relevant even if you don't.
Fantastic point.
Okay. So Izzy, what did you have to add on, and then we'll get Hink in here.
Now, I mean, I think we could stick to the delivery conversation because that's the better conversation. I think that to AM's point, it's more so like at the end of the day, if you are trying to get something from somebody, right? Like you need what I have, right? Is it on me to convey it in a way that's appeasing to you? And the answer is really no. You need what I have. So if you need what I have, you're going to get it. Really, you're going to get it the way that is given because you're able to use that and take that and build upon that. You know what I'm saying? So I do see where there's a certain level of sensitivity, and that could be a barrier in a lot of women's way, because they'll try to take it as, oh, well, why you talk to me like that? Why you say it like that? Instead of really hearing the message, which is most useful for them, is the basic point I'm making. You see what I'm saying? They're hearing the tonality of it, and they're getting turned off by the tone instead of catching the message, which is the thing that's the most useful for them.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'm starting to think that maybe I did overreact with this video, but once we get Hink in there, I'm going to show you guys a video. But before I get Hink in there, I just have to throw this in to thank to my people who dropped the Cash App. Appreciate the Cash App, guys. And once again, shout out to Drip from the Drip Show. He's the one that's had to help me level up my channel. So you guys, you know, he's good. He don't come cheap. So donate to the channel so I can get some more. So, hey, you heard what I said in the definition of delivery. I know you're not going to change your mind. It is what it is. But is it inspirational when y'all men come off kind of rough and mean and shit?
So you was asking, is it inspirational?
Yeah, how are you supposed to inspire women or try to make them better if the delivery of the message is not of importance?
Yeah, it's not my job as a man to inspire the women. That's for the elder women to do. I come from a mindset: elder women teach the younger women, and the elder men teach younger men. That's what I do. That's what I believe in. Now, in order for the elder women to learn, well, she should have been taught by a father. I don't believe in. I wouldn't date or marry a woman who doesn't have a father figure in her life. Because
it makes a difference.
How to act and respond and carry on around men. Yeah, I don't teach my son to do that, and I didn't do that, and I don't teach my nephew to do the same thing. There's no way. So. As far as how my not comes off to other women and teaching other women, no, it's not my job. Your daddy should have taught you that, if anything, and your mama should have reinforced it. Now, if you come in to learn, I'm not going to looking to motivate and teach you. I'm looking to teach other men. But if you learn something in what I say and what I share in the process, then right on. Then congratulations. I'm glad you learned something. But I'm not going to intentionally go and get a group of women and start teaching them. No, that's not for me to do. That's not my ministry. Now, I'm not going to say that men can't do it. He's not the one, though.
I hear you. And I appreciate all you do. And just one quick message to my lady embracers. Hold on, Mr. Sahel. You guys, it seems like a lot of you women only respect the men that you're exchanging bodily fluids with. It doesn't work that way. You should respect, appreciate, and value men all across the board. Because it's not that just one man that you're sleeping with that you should respect, because God forbid if that man of yours is at work and you get a flat tire on the side of the road, it's going to be a man that's going to pull over and help you. Maybe not necessarily your man, but it's going to be a man. 92% of the law enforcement in America are men. So when you dial 911, it's a man that's going to come save your punk ass. When you call firefighters, 94% are going to be men. So we should respect, value, and appreciate men, period. But again, that respect and value and appreciation is not going to come if you haven't been raised with a man. If you don't have the man energy and dynamics while growing up. And Hink is right. It's not his responsibility. It's his responsibility to be your spiritual guide leader, because that's what it says in the Bible. And you learn from your man. But why can't we just smile a little bit more, ladies? Why are we so fucking mean to our men? Why? Because at the end of the day, we do need our men. And yes, ladies, I'll say it again. And men need us. You know, I got to throw that disclaimer in because I don't want to be biased. But at the end of the day, a man can live without a woman. but a woman cannot live without a man. And if more women understood that, I think you guys would appreciate and value men more. And I'm trying over here, ladies. I'm trying to get the input from the men. I'm trying to see what we can learn. But at the end of the day, as y'all can see thus far, a lot of them don't give a fuck about their delivery. They're going to say what they're going to say, and it's either you take heed to it or you don't. And I get it. But I'm going to play the video, and then we're going to dissect the video now that we've, set the tone. So let's see. Let me add this in. Hopefully it works. Let's see if this works. Give me just a second. Guess, where is it? Is it up there, BMU?
What's going on? Hello to the panel. Hello, everybody. Everybody, good evening. Hemp, I want to apologize to everybody because, man, I thought.
Uh-oh. Did it stop playing?
Yeah, it froze.
I thought us as men, when you vow to give your life for a woman, that's what makes everything comes together. And I don't understand. I don't think she's talking about, I heard her just say, yeah, you get married so you can get a house. You must not see all these homes the first of the month for the most part. It's just homeless broads all out on the street selling dusty coochie for $5 and $10 so they can get a little seat. Callie Bev, you mentioned in a million person with her and her husband. It just, so it's just us. It's me. It's not me, but it's men. It's men that really want something from you women that and shit. Why do you think niggas go to work 78 hours a week? Why you think they working in oil fields and being roughnecks? And you was a truck driver out there 70 hours a week, just like me. You know how hard you guys can have anything you want. It's just all of us men, and we don't just want y'all for coochie. We want something more from you guys. Like it's a trade-off.
Come on. Keep playing.
What's going on? Hello to the panel.
All right,
hello, everybody.
So,
everybody. Good evening.
That's not really the whole video. Give me just a second. Let me stop it. Okay, that wasn't really the whole video, but to make a long story short, I got called a control freak. I got called old, that my life is over, and all that good stuff. And the excessive use of the N-word, the cursing. I mean, how am I, at least the type of woman that I am, is supposed to take a man seriously like that? How are we okay, most y'all got wives, sisters, nieces, and daughters. How would you like it if a man spoke to one of the females in your family that you love, calling them old, their life is over, or control freak, this and that? I mean, how are we supposed to learn from that and get inspired from that? Because I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not going to be able to show the part where he really went in on me, but how am I supposed to digest what he's saying, BMU?
I mean, I really can't say anything because I'll be lying to you. When it comes to my nieces or it comes to my sisters or my siblings, I say the same thing. Just recently, I told my sister that you have hit a wall, that you will never be married. You will never be married. You have too many children, too many baby daddies, and you call yourself the black sheep. Well, whatever you consider yourself as, that's what you are. And I'm not looking. I hope you're not looking forward to, because you post a lot. I hope you're not looking forward to a guy coming in wanting to raise children that are not his, and then your tubes are tied. You can't give him one either. And so, yeah, life is pretty much over for you. You know, I've told my aunt that, told my sister that, told my siblings that. It doesn't matter. If it's truth, it's truth. That's why I said I can't sit up here and argue what he said. I think that when people get offended after hearing such things, I think they get more offended because it hurt their feelings more than it is listening to the message.
Okay. I mean, I'll take that. But let me say one thing. Guys, I get it. I'm 49 years old. I'll be 50 in a couple months. But the age expectancy in a woman in the United States is 80.2, which is 5.4 years longer than the average life expectancy from a man. A person is not even referred to as elderly until they reach 65 years old. Guys, I get it. I am older. But to tell me that my life is over, I got 30.4 more years of living to do. Okay, that's a lot of life. Yes, I have more years behind me than in front of me, but to make me think that my life is over, I can't resonate with that, because I have an aunt that the women on my mother's side of the family live until their 90s. I had an aunt that just passed away, 108 years old. Imagine my ass up here, 108 years old, still trying to talk. I got a lot of years left in me, guys. I got a lot of miles left.
But are you talking about relationship and marriage, or are you talking about just living?
I'm talking about just living, because even Kevin Samuels said it to me. Oh, I'm old. Nobody's gonna listen to me. Nobody's gonna respect me. And rest in peace to the GOAT. I love that man. He chewed my ass out when I was on his show, and I respectfully, gracefully took it. He won the war, but I won a couple battles with him. And if you guys want to go check out that show, you're welcome to. I let off the channel with that show. He chewed my ass out. But you know what? I learned from him. We had a good 6-7 minute dialogue and very respectful. But at the end of the day, I can't sit well with me when, yes, I know I've hit a couple walls. I get it. I know that. But to tell me that my life is over, I can't sit. And to tell me that I'm a control freak because I required marriage, isn't that what you guys say I should do? But now I forced him to marry me. I mean, it's like, come on, which one is it? Do you want me to require marriage, or do you want me to just sit like a duck and say, I mean, marriage was already in the talks. We were already thinking about getting married. We just did an oopsie. Our son was the ring bearer in our wedding in a church. But to say to me and women we're old and our life is over, how is that inspiring? How is that going to make us better as women?
Well, can we break that down, though?
Absolutely.
So if he says that, from his perspective, he's talking relationship. If you really pay attention to him, he's talking about being in a relationship with somebody, saying that your life is over. He's talking about you being married again, or you being dating someone that's going to take you serious. Looking at the climate of the world today, you know, if you're in your 50s, and this is the same thing we tell Anissa, right? We tell Anissa all the time, if you're in your 50s, you know, that the guy that's your age is not looking for you. He's looking for a woman who's in her late 30s. Early to late 30s. And so I think he was talking about relationship. And then the other thing was what? He said life is over, and what was the other one?
And that I'm a control freak because I made my husband marry me. No, I just required him to marry me. So you have to add perspective to that, to that as well, because he's looking at your story you told. I was with a guy. Me and the guy was having sex. I got pregnant. After we had the kid, I required him to marry me. Now, if the men on the panel here, we got men here that's going to be straight up honest. If this wasn't Embrace the Grace, and you heard a woman say, "Well, listen, we was together. I had sex with him. I got pregnant, and after I got pregnant, had that baby, I told him it was a requirement that he marry me." Ask the men on the panel, do they feel like, if it wasn't you, if it was just another woman, do they feel like that sounds like a woman who's forcing a man into marriage? Sir Hell, yes or no? What say you? And I won't get offended. It is what it is.
No, so it's not that cut and dry. Black man, we're gonna talk after this, man. Sucking me into this answer like this. We're gonna talk about this afterwards. So it's not that black and white. So here's the thing. Black man said it well. It's the context about this matters. And when men think about women in relationships, we're talking about your usefulness. As you get older, women become less useful. They stuck in their ways. They're not malleable. So I hope that you wouldn't take what he says personally. I hope that you wouldn't do that. But if we're just being honest, if we're just being straight up honest, this is how most men view the world. And here's the other part to this. Most of us men are forced. Either she forced us because she made it a requirement, or she was that good to us and we were forced to put a ring so we wouldn't lose her. So it depends on how you look at this, right? But I think from the perspective of what he's talking about, I don't think that that's something you have to take too seriously, because you are supposed to put a requirement on your womb. Because if you don't, and you let somebody come in there and have children, most men, particularly after they get established and get something going for themselves, they're going to look at your record. If you just out here having free children, and I say that because I want to add some perspective to it. You just getting free womb, come with no requirements on it. It does put something on you that makes us look at you like you're irresponsible, right? So you did the right thing, but I think that when you share these kind of things over social media, people formulate an entire perspective based off of the limited information that's available to them, right? Most women are supposed to force their man. It just depends on how you force them. Are you so good to him that he can't live without you? Or is it a requirement after you had a child?
Okay, and just to make your point, BMU, yes, he was talking about relationships because he led off. Grace, wouldn't you like a person to protect and cover you? I said to him, how do you know I don't already have one of those? The assumption that because I'm 49 years old and because I've hit a wall, that I don't already have a man. Don't assume, ask, ask. And that's how sometimes, gentlemen, and I'm just speaking for the women because, so I'm just a messenger. Sometimes when you come at us like that and you lead like that, we're going to shut down because you're putting all these women into one category. And then I may be the exception to the rule. I'm about to be 50. I'm not on any medication. I don't have hypertension, high cholesterol, nothing. I'm a little bit on the chubby side. Yeah. But other than that, that's about it. I'm good. Thank God. I take a lot of vitamins, but it really triggers me when, oh, you're old. Your life is over. I'm like, damn.
But the thing is, if someone says that and you say, I'll shut down. Okay. So when you shut down, then now you're in control of you shutting yourself down and you're not letting anything in. So what are you learning from being shut down?
No, I shut him down. I shut him down because what he's saying doesn't apply to me. And I always tell people, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. So right. I let it fly, but he just kept, you, the control freak up top. And then he tried to backpedal. Oh, no, I didn't say that to you. I was talking about the women on the panel. I mean, stand on 10 toes. Mean what you're saying, say what you mean.
But be honest, did it really bother you? Because I know Kevin Samuels came at you 10 times harder than he did. Was it because of the degree of man that you were speaking to, right? Kevin Samuels sitting the king on the throne, right? So you're more receptive to the guy who has the money, the flash, the success, and then you don't know Kevin, you just know of him because of his content, versus a guy coming on with a wife beater on, saying the same exact thing but less than what Kevin said. So what is the difference between the two? Because I watched the interview with you and Kevin, and he came at you way harder, and you did not react the way you're acting right now.
Well, I didn't react that way because, one, I wanted to keep the conversation going. I didn't want him to make me famous for 15 seconds. And anybody that knows me sees that I show great restraint and disciplining not to snap at him. But my point is that I did everything right. And the one thing I didn't do right, he kept egging me on. But let me tell you, that show is what pushed me over the ledge to start this YouTube channel. When he told me nobody's going to respect me, nobody's going to listen to me, look at my makeup, look at my top, da 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 da, I said, you know what? I'm going to have to prove him wrong now. I didn't expect him to pass 2 months later, but you know, the show still must go on. What's up, Angry Man? What say you?
So, I have a difference of opinion.
Go ahead.
First of all,
of course you do.
First of all, I disagree with what the guy said. I didn't get to hear the rest of it, so I don't really know what else he said or whatever, right? I disagree with the "your life is over" sentiment. Your dating life might be over. And I say might because there are women that come to my channel that are in the same age bracket as you. And whenever we have conversations like this about women getting older and dating being much worse for them when they get older, women get depressed. And they'll tell me, oh my God, I'm going to be alone. And I'll be like, no, if you are an exceptional woman, you still have a shot. It's slim, but you still have a shot. Right? In the real world, right? As opposed to the rhetoric we hear on the internet, right? Now, I will admit I am a bit biased because embrace the grace, you know, consider you cis, consider you a member of the Beano Nation. So in my personal opinion, the only thing I feel that you did wrong is you had a conversation with a broke ass nigga and a wife beater. That's the only thing I think you did wrong.
So I engaged with a peasant, and I should have just been quiet.
You engaged in it. You feel what I'm saying? You shouldn't have engaged in it because as far as your history, you know, I don't fault anybody for that. Even though it is dysfunction. I did the same thing. A lot of us in the Gen X era, we didn't think that marriage was that important before we have kids, which is a mistake. It's a flaw. It's something I did wrong. Some you did wrong. A lot of us did wrong. But you tried to make it right by marrying the guy, which you got to get points for that. It didn't work out. C'est la vie. It is what it is. It's life, right? But, you know, for him to jump up there and just immediately go in on that, you know, and I come in hot like that too, but I'll base what I'm saying off of the conversation and not so much off of the person's personal life. The only way I'm going to go personal is if they start trying to insult me, right? Personally, right? So my thing is, the only thing I felt that you did wrong is you actually engaged in the conversation when you could have just been like, well, that's your opinion. It is what it is. You feel me?
And we did at the beginning. All the women on the panel, I wish I could just show you that set. All the women on the panel, we didn't react. We didn't do anything, you know, and then he spoke again. And now he's, you know, calling this girl sexy chocolate, all this. I mean, not addressing them. And you're right. With a wife beater, talking crap. Yes, Sir Hale, what would you like to say?
Okay, so we got to deal with the elephant in the room. Embrace. And we're gonna talk one-on-one.
Okay.
Wait, before you do that, can I say what I want to say real quick, brother?
Sure.
Go ahead, Izzy.
Yeah, because I, you know, mine's gonna be real brief. Shout out to Sir Hill. Number one, I don't know how you could take a dude with those type of antics seriously at all. I mean, you know, the graphics look real silly. I was trying to figure out, was that a spoof or a skit or something? That's number one. Number two, this idea, like, yeah, there are some dudes that want younger women, but that's not, I don't see that being the over. Well, have you seen these young girls running around here today? Who wants that headache? Most dudes do not want the headache of younger women. It's about, if you are a woman who's aged well, you're a woman with wisdom, you're a woman who carries herself well, you know how to treat a man. That stuff counts. I don't know why women don't believe that it counts. It counts. And the third and most final and important point is, if the person don't know you personally, I don't understand why people take what these people say online so seriously. It doesn't even matter. Like, why do we get upset? Why do we feel some type of way about somebody that don't even know you? Like, he don't even know you for real.
I mean, I hear you, and you see now is making me like maybe I did overreact. But you guys, this is how I felt when I heard him. Listen.
Might have to drop it down. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit for sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, he had a lot going on. That was crazy.
Yes, so,
Hey,
let's get to the
go ahead, Sahel.
I mean, all the stuff that the brothers are saying are great. Yeah, there's some bias because we all love you, Embrace. We all do. But we have to address the elephant in the room. The reason why you were triggered is because some part of you believes it, or at least thinks about it. The only reason we get triggered is because there was something there that can be detonated. And this could be a thought that you've been thinking for years. It could be something you've been wrestling with. It could be in your head, you're thinking about the marriage. Could it have worked out differently? Could you have done better? Could you have done anything different? Did you rush it? Like, the only time stuff bothers us is if we already dealing with it in some way or other, and we're trying to find some closure within our own selves. So his words don't matter if there's a resolution within yourself. So we got to take this moment, and I want you to be honest with you. Do you feel like you're a control freak? Do you feel like you could have been a better wife and kept your marriage together? Do you feel like you made the right decision? Like, your answers, your honest answers to those questions are going to determine whether or not this remains a trigger, or if this is something you can kind of put a lock on, put an end to this chapter of your life and move on. But we're giving Black America, we're giving them way too much credit. No one can trigger something that doesn't already exist in you. So, Embrace, let's talk about it.
Okay, well, the first thing what I'm dealing with is the fact that I'm about to be 50 in 2 months still. So that is what the really big elephant that I'm dealing with. And when you sit here and you think about, damn, you know, and my son, every moment he gets, Mom, you're about to turn 50. You got more years behind you than you do behind. You know, yeah, I am starting to think about that. I'm not in panic mode, because I still think that I have plenty to offer to a gentleman, you know, and either health-wise, mindset, financially, and spiritually. But I refuse to allow to believe that my life is over. But the fact that I'm about to hit 50, yes. And when I went to counseling, Sir Hale, I did learn that I had some part of deterioration of the marriage, that it wasn't just him. There were the signs there when he would tell me, you're not spending enough time at home, you're coaching too much, you're doing this. So absolutely. But you only learn that when it's divulged in front of you, and when a therapist peels that onion from layer to layer to layer. Could I have been a better wife? In some areas, absolutely. In other areas, I excelled. But at the end of the day, I go ahead.
Because I love you. So I don't want you to qualify your answers. So this is the reason why questions remain. When women are trying to rationalize something, you gotta you leave some room so you don't seem like you were just a terrible wife. So I did this good, but I could have done this better. But I was good here. I did this great. I did this great. You have to be willing to own the good and the bad. If you could have been a better wife, the simple answer is yes, I could have been better. And so we don't need to highlight what you were great at, because what you were great at didn't cause or lead to the marriage, you know, being dissolved. So own what didn't work. Like, fully own that. Because unless you own it, somebody can use that against you. And then they, like Black Man said, they can kind of control and manipulate your feelings because you're not fully honest with yourself. So own it. If you could have been a better wife, absolutely could have been.
Can I add this? Hey, Fred Sanford was only 49 when they was shooting Sanford and Son, and Aunt Esther was only 52. So you doing a lot better than them. I rest my case.
I just gotta say, is you 100% correct. Like, I am captivated right now. Yo, Sir Hale's voice is the voice Morgan Freeman hears when he thinks.
Yes, it is. He has. Yes, he does.
Like,
yeah, absolutely,
is crazy. Like,
it's regal. I'm telling you, he is somebody. Hey, Sir Hale is somebody. I'll be watching Sir Hale clips. I know that dude, don't I? But he's so
guys, we're gonna
I'm
see
like,
Sir Hale in the Oval Office one day. Trust me.
Look, he's so regal that I'm like, nah, I can't possibly have been on panels with that dude. That dude, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be watching him sometimes.
We got proof now. We got proof. We have him on video with us when he make it big and in the White House. So Hank, you've been quiet. You've been patient. You've heard what the men has been saying. You heard what I've been saying. What say you? Did I overreact? Are they right? I shouldn't have engaged. You know, I'm usually pretty good about that. I usually maintain my gracefulness. I've only come out the box a couple times, especially when I got doxxed. And I'm glad that I got doxxed at an early stage of this YouTube thing, because now I experienced it. I went through the feelings and internalized it. I mean, guys, I'm talking about my personal business was put out there, my bank statements, my criminal record, and my credit score. I mean, it was just put out there because certain Black women didn't like what I was doing on YouTube. But I got over it. I turned around and did a show on how to embrace taking the higher road. I turned a negative into a positive. But there are just sometimes at the end of the day, man, and I know y'all love me and have embraced me, I'm still a woman. I'm still going to be emotional about some things. Hank, what say you about it?
So the question is, I think is it about that video talking about you is too late for you, and as far as a relationship?
Yeah, that my life is over. I'm old. I'm a control freak. I mean, if a person gives you control, then I'm gonna take control. I will consider myself, I make things happen. I don't wait for things to happen. Did I allow my husband to handle some situations? Absolutely, but I'm not gonna let the ship sink if I see holes and water coming on the ship. You know, now somebody got to take control of the ship. But to say that I'm a control freak, I'm the type of woman that I make things happen. I'll sit and wait on you, put in the play. The play doesn't work. The play, when it should have been a pass, but you keep rushing the ball and we're not getting nowhere. We need to do something different. What say you, Hank?
So, it's kind of hard for us to accept it when they talking about us. You know what I'm saying? Look, I shared my story before. I wasn't always the best husband. I cheated on my first wife. I made a selfish ass decision. Now, if somebody sit there and say, Hank, you a cheater, I can't deny it. I got to accept that shit. That's a scarlet letter on me. I failed my marriage. I got to end up with a divorce. I got to accept that. Men don't like to take L's, but we accept them. We don't like to take L's, but we have to accept them. It is what it is. We deal with them better. Women don't deal with these L's better as good as us. Y'all don't. So, was your control freak? Sound like you was in that moment. If you didn't let, what you probably should have did, Grace, is take that L and fail, and let that man figure it out, and get him on the comeback. I'm sure if he was a man, he's not gonna stay down. It might have been a temporary downfall, but he's gonna have to wait. You got to learn from it, and you got to learn with him, and trust and believe that he was gonna do the right thing to get y'all back in order. Maybe you should have just let it happen. That's part of you related to some of that control. So it sounds like at the moment you probably was. Now, for a woman to put the expectations out there of marriage, no. I appreciate a woman telling me up front that's what our expectation is. Because if you don't, I'm going to play house with you. And I'm going to play house as long as I can till you force me to make a change. Most men will play house. Unless you put marriage as your expectations, that's what you want, that's what you desire. We're gonna play house as long as we can. And once you force us, we're gonna have to make a decision. Are you gonna stick in it and marry you, or are we gonna slide the hell out? One of the two.
And
so I don't have no problem saying that's. I wouldn't consider that being control. That's just you have expectations, just like I got expectations, and I'm gonna share with you my expectations. I'm all about having the tough questions, asking the tough questions. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We ain't got time for this, especially a man of my age. Now, you younger cats, y'all might have time to bullshit and all of that. I wouldn't encourage y'all to get to the point. Get to the point. Don't play games.
And again, I am captivated. Hink's voice is the voice James Evans hears in his head.
That's funny.
That before or after he went to Mississippi?
Either or, you know what I'm saying? Because after he didn't really go to Mississippi, you know, he went to Queens and started a restaurant.
Deliver
Gentlemen,
your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna give you another example. I guess why he said I was a control freak. I was having a lot of issues with my husband's ex-wife, a lot of baby mama drama. You know, and I'm Italian, guys, and I don't know if you know this, but we believe in having sit downs. So what I did because things weren't going to change. She got her husband, I got my husband, which is her ex-husband. We need to get along for the sake of the children because I value my peace. And for her to constantly be throwing torpedoes on our side, and I heard him trying to regulate. I heard him trying to check her, but it wasn't getting through. So what I did, I got a public place. I rented a conference room at a Dunkin' Donuts because it was a controlled environment. You got to think of all these things. You can't have it at somebody's house. So I had it in a controlled environment. Everybody showed up and we stayed in that conference room for 2 hours until we hashed it out and we can make things go right for the sake of the children. Now, is that being a control freak once again?
Now, I got a question before you even ask that question.
Okay.
So you had a meeting with you, your husband, his baby mama, and her husband.
Yep.
Was his baby mama a black woman?
Yeah, she's mixed, half Brazilian, half black. He has a type. We kind of flavor. So he definitely has a type. But I just wanted peace, and I wanted to put an end to the drama because I wasn't used to dealing with baby mama drama. Again, this was my first kid. You know, I didn't get pregnant until I was 30 years old. So this was all new to me.
Did it work?
Yeah, absolutely. Her husband shook my hand and said, I give you my word as a man that this no longer would be a problem to you and your husband. Okay. But you see, it took the man. Took the man.
Now, let me say this. If we're being totally honest, right? You meant well, but I guarantee you that was emasculating to your husband. Because you were the one that set up the meeting. You were the one that made everybody sit down. And then her husband shook your hand. So he may have never admitted it to you. Your husband may have never admitted it to you. But I guarantee you he felt some type of way about that.
And he probably did, angry man. But again, what he was trying to do to fix the problem wasn't working. I mean, goddamn, I got accused of kidnapping the child and I got the cops called on me. Yeah. Why? Because she was late picking up the kid. And I told her the next time you're late, I am leaving with the child and where I'm at. And you're going to have to go pick him up because she didn't take him seriously and he wouldn't care. But you're going to learn today that you're going to take me seriously. And when that happened, go ahead.
Well, trust, I get why you did it. And I'm not even saying you were wrong for doing it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying you were wrong. I'm saying he felt some type of way. You feel what I'm saying? You saw a problem and you needed a solution for it because it was affecting you. So you did what you had to do. I'm just saying what the side effects are of you solving the problem, which is he probably felt some type of way. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you he did.
Grace, quick question.
Yes, sir.
So what Angry Man just said, how did he deliver that? Like, how did you receive what he said?
I'm taking it okay. I mean, and I get it. I get it. I took over. It was a masculine move, but somebody I'm a problem solver. I was raised like a boy, like from my dad.
That's right there. That's what I want to say. So in the beginning, we were like, how do men deliver it? So it inspires our women to action. And like Angry Man delivered it, and he said it absolutely true. And it's like, yeah, I receive it. But here's it needed to happen. I need to get these things together. But right. So when a man tells you how something came off, thank him for telling you the honest truth. because whether you know this or not, if a man is attracted to you, and I'll just be honest with you, just based off of your persona, you're probably going to get men who are more the quiet type. And the reason why is you're more outspoken. And so somebody who's less vocal is going to be attracted to somebody who's more vocal. So you have a type, whether you know this or not, because what's embedded in you is to take action. So you pick a man that will enable you to do that because that's part of who you are. So it wasn't about the man. This has to do with what you accept, and this is based off of your template. So one of the things we coach and we tell women, and I think Angry Man just said this moments ago, as women, sometimes you got to let stuff stay broke until he fixes it. And in your head, you have the answer. You know what you should do. You can get it done right away. But there were certain things, not everything, but there are certain things that you have to let stay broken so he can fix it, because that's a developmental aspect of his masculinity. And if you get in the way of that, you stun his growth as a man, and it's going to come back to bite you later.
And guess what? Sir, here, can I piggyback on that?
Please.
Also, if you stay in your femininity as a woman and allow him to break, and that man will trust you more because he knows that you trust him to lead, even though he may fail at times. And guess what? He'll start coming to you without you even having to take over. He'll be like, hey, babe, what you think about this? I'm thinking about making this decision. What do you think? He'll come and ask you. But if you want to, but if you want to go from Banner to the Hulk and say, I got this, you know, he's going to be like, damn, all right, okay, I'm just going to sit back in the cut and let you do everything. I'm not going to do shit.
And you guys are not wrong at all. And I'm tired. I am tired of always being the brains of the operation. You're absolutely right, Sir Harold. I would be attracted to men that are docile and would allow me to have control. And I don't want that anymore. But it's very hard as a woman, and I'm going to put it in perspective where you men can understand. When you've always been driving the car and to now relinquish the wheel to a man and trust that he knows how to drive, he knows where he's going, and he's going to get me there safely, has been a working process for me, because I just want to sit in the front seat of the car and stay in my femininity. I want that. I do. I really do. I want an alpha male.
You know what it sounds like you just said?
What does it sound?
All these years that I've been wrong and out of place, finally that I'm going to be 50 and deciding to get in place. This is what I want. Come on, if we love each other, we're going to tell each other the truth. I've been wrong for all these years, trying to be the man, trying to be something I wasn't, and it drained me. It took things from me. I've started to become what it is that I wanted. And so when I start, even to the point, even if we being real here, come on, Embrace. If we being, you know, I love you. If we're being real here, what did you say a few weeks ago on the show? You said it publicly, so I can say it now because I know you love me too. But you said you even got to a point that you got in a relationship with a woman.
Yes.
Why? Because you became what you wanted. And when you become what you want, which is the man, then yes, people are going to see you. Yes, panels are going to see it. They're going to sniff it out. They're going to smell the blood. Yes, people say, oh, that's masculinity at its best. Oh my God, right? And even the men that love you, they'll come to you and tell you, just like Lost in Translation. What did he say? Embrace, calm down a little bit more femininity, right?
But see, this is one of the things I talk about where women will literally repel and reject the very type of man that they need. See, you Embrace, you didn't need a guy that's docile. You honestly, you needed a guy that was going to say, no, you're not driving the car. Sit your ass over there in the passenger seat and drink your Starbucks or eat your Skittles or whatever the fuck it is you're doing. And I'm going to drive this car. And look, I have some experience with this because there's a woman that I met that moved like you move, the way you describe it. She's in the other room right now. You feel what I'm saying? And I had to explain to her that, you know, I'm not what you used to. I'm the type of guy that I'm not going to take a woman trying to take charge well. You feel me? That's always going to be a problem. That's always going to be an argument. You feel what I'm saying? So it's weird because for us guys that are Gen Xers, we've come across that a lot in our life where women just do not have enough trust and faith in a guy that he can handle business. You feel what I'm saying? And so sometimes y'all gotta take that leap of faith. You gotta, give the dude the opportunity to fail and pick up the pieces. In fact, if he fails in front of you and you don't try to take over, he has no choice but to try to figure it out.
And you're absolutely right. And one heed of advice to my men who has daughters, don't enable them, because my daddy, he was like, you don't need no man. I'm going to raise you where you may want a man, but you don't need a man. And that's a disservice to me. That was a disservice to me. And he did everything for me. So now with that frame of mind, I'm thinking that I know better now. But when I was young, I had this thought that every man was like my father. But, I was sadly mistaken. So a lot of y'all dads have to let y'all daughters fall sometimes and fail, because they're going to think that every man is going to be like y'all. Would you agree with me with that, or am I off?
Don't you find it crazy that he told you you wouldn't need a man, but you needed him?
So I have a question with that. So and this is just a question to embrace. You don't have to answer, but just for context. So you had your dad. Did you know your grandfather?
No, I didn't have grandparents, but I had a lot of uncles. I had a lot of male cousins. I had a lot of men around me all the time.
What I'm getting at is, where did your dad get that mindset from, that you don't need a man to survive?
I don't know. I mean, he's very overprotective, very territorial over the women in his family, and he took care of every one of them. But again, it was a disservice, at least to me as a woman, because daddy ain't here no more. And I've had to figure out a lot of things on my own, because all I had to do was go to my dad and boom, it'd be fixed. Problem solved. Okay, baby, you can go do this, or you can go do that. Money talks and bullshit walks. And he made mountains move for me. At the end of the day, though, he should have let me fail sometimes and fall to learn how to pick myself up, or trust, men better, because I compared every man to my father, and no man is ever going to be like my father, because he just did too much. He was over the top with it. And I think that does a disservice to young ladies when fathers come in and want to do everything for them, baby them and coddle them. And then when they go out there in the real world and they see the kind of men that are out, you're not like my father. My dad did this. Well, my dad did that. So I think it kind of warped me. And then the fact that he raised me like a boy. I mean, he took me shooting, fishing, hunting, chartered boats to go fish. I did a lot of guy things with him.
He taught you how to survive. He's going to teach you how to live with somebody, right? So you're going to have to do a lot of unlearning as a key. And, I have to give you some credit, because I'm just being honest on this one, most women, this conversation would be a 20-minute conversation. This has been going on for an hour 48, and you're asking questions. So I've got to respect you for that. I salute you for that. I salute you for asking these questions and taking it in. And I notice when you're getting information that's kind of hard to take, I see your breathing increase a little bit. You turn this a little bit red, but you don't stop there. I respect that. I respect that.
Right. And also, you romanticize, at the beginning of the conversation, you romanticize the relationship that you have with your father, because you romanticize the physical. When you say he would slap me in the mouth, I still would be rebellious toward him. Right. And he would tell me certain things. So when he got aggressive with you like that, and then he would strike you because you were flipping at the mouth, right? Now, now think about it. Now you're about to be, the thing that's bothering you the most is that you're about to be 50, right? You just said that. You're about to be 50, and you're looking back. I'm telling you, the worst thing in the world to do is to live a life knowing that now I'm about to be 50, and I look back and all the advice I got led me in the wrong direction. Now I got to pick up all the pieces, and I'm about to be 50.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I got a question for Embrace. So, what's your favorite dish to cook?
If it's Italian, I like to make lasagna, and I make my marinara sauce homemade.
Okay, cool. So let's say that we were in a relationship and you made your lasagna with your homemade marinara sauce, and I'm sitting there eating it, and I say, man, you don't make this like my mother did. How would you feel if I said that?
I mean, I wouldn't be insulted, because you're going to love your mama's cooking over anybody. I can never beat mama's cooking, but it's going to have to do, because I'm not your mama. I wouldn't get insulted. I mean,
wait. Hold on for a second. Hold on.
I wouldn't get insulted.
Wait a minute. You are part Italian. You're not going to be insulted if a brother says, look, yeah, I'm a brother. I got a black mama, and I say to you, she make better lasagna than you do. You're not gonna be
but she
at all.
She probably didn't make it Italian style. She probably made it soul food lasagna. She probably didn't make marinara sauce with the basil and the oregano and all those homemade herbs. She probably did it soul food style. But you can't tell me.
That don't matter. I don't care. I don't care if it's Italian style or home. I know good lasagna when I taste good lasagna. Now what?
Well, then go to your mama house and get lasagna then.
No, that's
I know you was trying to trigger me.
Now, here's the thing.
Make it
okay.
Anytime you tell a dude that he can never be like your father, or he can't.
No, I never brought that up in front of a man.
Said it. Okay, cool. But
I never said that.
But just for the sake of the audience, any of the women that's watching, that is the equivalent of comparing your man to your father. Is
okay.
Brother compared your cooking to his mama's cooking, or any other thing that you do that's motherly, or wifely, and he compares it to his mama. You know what I'm saying? It's something that, it's something where you're trying to, people put their parents on a pedestal if they're good parents, and the person, your mate, they're not going to be able to live up to that, because there's too much history there. These are people that took care of you when you were a child. You can't compete with that. You feel what I'm saying? So like a lot of people got to be mindful of that. You can't really compare,
But Angry Man, I will call his mother and find out what is it that she does different from me, because the way I learned how to cook soul food is the guy I was dating in college saw that I didn't know how to make none of his favorites. So he flew her in for 2 weeks. And for a whole week, I had to sit my butt in the kitchen with her and watch her cook greens, macaroni and cheese, collard green. Cornbread dressing, cornbread, fried chicken. And then the second week, I had to sit there while I had to cook it myself. And that's how I learned how to cook soul food. And I didn't take offense to that, because now I knew that I can cook what my man liked. And he made me a better wife, because all I date. Well, he made me a better woman, because all I date is brothers. So I know how to cook all the food that y'all love to eat. Well, so I only made me a woman.
Well, that's commendable. But typically most women, if I don't know anything about, well, specifically black women, like most women, when you critique their food, that's when they get pissed off.
I know. I've seen it. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And for a man not to feel comfortable enough to say that he doesn't like this, it's kind of messed up. You shouldn't have to force a man to eat something that he doesn't like. Like my son finally admitted to me, like, Mom, I don't like, well, I'm going to say it how y'all say it, not Italian. I don't like ricotta cheese. We say ricotta. He was like, Mom, I don't like ricotta cheese. I said, okay, that's better for me, because lasagna is more work. He'd rather have baked ziti. I said, babe, it's okay. If you don't like ricotta, then I won't make lasagna. That's less work for me. But I've always raised my son to be able to express himself in a respectful manner. And he finally said, Mom, I don't like that white cheese. I've tried to eat it for years, and I didn't know how to tell you without hurting your feelings. But I don't want that shit. And I said, okay.
Can I add this though?
Yeah.
I think And I don't know why it seems to be a lost art these days, or why people don't really get it. But you said that you go into counseling and you're working on it, so I commend that. Because you mentioned that a few times, that you go into counseling, working on being more graceful, working on being more. That's the thing, being more malleable, being more cooperative, being more collaborative as a woman is far more valuable in the hands of a man than just beauty alone, right? Beauty has its place, right? At the same time, when a man finds a woman who's attractive and then plus is malleable, she's coachable, she's, she's collaborative, that means more than anything else. So I think, I hear the talking points. I'll be honest, a lot of things that the talking points only are good here on the internet. A lot of them I had not experienced in the real world, especially when it comes to the age of women, because we know that our women they age better than most women. They like, what I'm saying, our women age well. So to say a melanated woman, she hit the wall physically just because she's 50, I can't attest to that. But what I can say though is that if her attitude sucks, if she is like a drill sergeant, if she is like has a sucky attitude, if she is trying to demand and command a man, that's going to be more so the turnoff, right? So, I mean, I think that melanated women, y'all age well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look good into your 50s and 60s. So it's not so much about the physical attributes to me as it is about the the attributes of the characteristics.
The problem when you what is saying is 100% correct about talking points, right? Because out here in the real world, when dudes get to be like my father's age or whatever, if they're still single, the thing they have a problem with is a woman's attitude.
That's the biggest complaint.
That's the biggest complaint. So guys that are in my father's age bracket, if they find a woman in their age bracket that's cooperative, that's traditional, that's old school, they'll be with that woman. Like, they'll be with that woman. Their thing is, once they get to that age, because that's all I hear from the older men that are divorced, that never want to get married again. They don't want to get married again. It ain't got nothing to do with looks, body, physicality, any of that. It has to do with attitude.
Right. And then to them, a 50-year-old woman is a younger woman. So there's that too. Yeah. So this whole idea that just because, it's just weird, but it is what it is. But hey,
now, I want to ask the newlywed something. Mr. Hink, you're remarried, you're starting a new chapter in your life. And by the way, congratulations, much blessings to your union. And again, it can happen in the latter part of your life. So he gives me hope. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think me and Doreen are far in age. You know, what is it this time?
He looked a little bit to the left, so that might not be true. He looked.
I mean, besides the cheating part, Hank, and I commend you for taking accountability and saying to people you fucked up. You know, it is what it is. You learned your lesson and you lost the marriage. But what is it this time, now that you're older, that's going to make it better now? You know, that it's going to be like, okay, this is the one. That's it. I'm not doing this anymore. Because for a man at your age to finally decide to remarry, that's big time, guys. That's big time in my eyes. What say you, Hank?
So, look, as long as you got certain traits about you, a woman of a certain age could find a man. You know, whether you are looking for marriage or just looking for a relationship. I believe that. I don't think, a lot of people say certain people hit the wall. Yeah, I think certain people hit the wall if they got a certain attitude, a certain mindset. Yeah, they don't have a snowball chance in hell. But some of these women who are willing to make adjustments, like, because most time a woman of a certain age, you've got to make certain adjustments. Mm-hmm. you're gonna have to make a lot of adjustments to accommodate to a man. Because most men, say my age, 50 years old age, do they want a woman about the same age and they got a bad attitude, a bad demeanor, a nasty, or a shitty? No, they don't want that. You know, they don't want that at all. No man wants that, let alone a man of a certain age, because his tolerance is way shorter. Mine is, I don't tolerate bullshit like I used to. My 20s, I could tolerate a certain amount of bullshit. 49-year-old Hank, I ain't tolerating shit no more. So as long as the woman makes the right adjustments, yeah, she got a chance. Now you're gonna have to go out there and compete. I know a lot of women hate that word compete. Yeah, no, you gotta compete. You might have to take a heifer out by her knees. You might have to be a Karen Harden, you know what I'm saying, and go and get on the ice skates and just put a back to a goddamn knees to get a man. If that's what you gotta do, you gotta get out there and fight. If you ain't, then you won't be getting no man. You be a lonely motherfucker. But if you willing to compete, make the proper adjustments, yeah, you got a snowball chance.
Damn, not a snowball. Come on, man. Y'all need to stop this shit. A snowball chance hit. Come on, man. A snowball chance.
And by the way, angry man, one day my ex-husband ate my sweet potato pie, and he literally said, "Did my mother send me this?" I said, "No, that's my sweet potato pie, sir." So that was the biggest compliment I ever got from him. That to me was a compliment. The fact that he compared my sweet potato pie to his mama's, that's big time now. Hey, that was big time for me.
Hey, keep baking with a smile, sis.
Let me say this. Let me say this about outside in the real world, right? A young chick ain't got nothing on a woman in her 40s with a plate and some aluminum foil on it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Hello. Y'all better understand that.
A way to a man's heart is through his stomach, ladies. They like to eat.
Not only, but that's one of the good.
That's one of the ways. Let me.
That's a form of competition. That's you getting a leg up on some of these other people.
Yeah.
Look, those are the adjustments you got to be willing to make. You got to be stepping your cooking game up. Stepping your social game up. Know how to be pleasant.
Yeah.
When a man open the door for you, make sure you say thank you and appreciate some level of appreciation. These young heifers ain't doing that.
Right. They don't know how to boil water. They don't know how to boil water either. So
they're not cooking. They're not in the kitchen. They feel like, why do I need to cook for a man? Okay, heifer, you be hungry, he'll be hungry, and he'll leave your ass. Because he's going to find a woman that's going to nourish his bones. He's going to find a woman that's not going to have his rib touching. He wants a woman that's going to feed him.
Hey, look, Otis get home for that work, for that job. Hey, look, Otis get home for that hard day's work, man. You like AM said, you got that plate with that aluminum foil on it, just like you like it nice and warm. You better stop playing. I'm trying to tell you, y'all better stop playing.
Women, are y'all listening?
Even these young cats will appreciate a good home cooked meal.
Oh, hell yeah, they will. You had them little niggas sprung.
Look, let me tell you something. Look,
appreciate a good home cooked meal. You know why? Because guess what? Their little 25-year-old girlfriend they mess with, she ain't in no goddamn kitchen unless she's in that goddamn microwave or the air fryer. Other than that, she don't know how to cook shit.
Hey, look,
thank God for the air fryer and the microwave for them. They be in trouble.
Let me tell you something. I could be up here doing a show, right? I get finished with the show. It's late. Everybody in the crib is asleep. I go down to the kitchen. The kitchen is clean, like ain't nobody cooked or nothing. And I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. And I go to open up the
microwave.
Open up the microwave, and that plate sitting in there with the aluminum foil on it, bruh. A Denzel tear about to come out my eye. Like real talk.
Just don't turn that mug on.
Women just don't realize how much that means to men. And I even had a show on there how men need to be served first. Fuck them kids. Okay? He's supposed to be served first, and he gets the biggest piece of chicken or steak. It's a token of appreciation, ladies. Because of him bringing in the money and bringing in the groceries, we made a home-cooked meal. But guys, it's hard trying to tell these young ladies. I know it's my responsibility as an elder to tell these young ladies, what to do and what not to do, but they don't want to listen sometimes. They think I'm bashing them. They think I'm talking out of my side of my head, and I can only reach those that want to be reached. I can only touch those and that will take heed to the message. And shout out to my queen, Take Heed, because she always dropping gems. She always telling people, she the main one telling young women, fuck your husband. That's your job as a wife. Why are we having men walking around in sexless marriages? That's a whole nother topic, but a lot of the deterioration of marriages is because of us women. And then you wonder why we're in the divorce rate that we are. But women initiate 74% of marriage divorces. And it's crazy. And then I did a show last week about Judge Mathis' wife. 61. Now that I have in there, I'm 50. Oh, no. She gonna be 61, and you want to divorce your man of 39 years just because he doesn't want to travel with you? See, to me, that's ludicrous as a woman.
That's because she got a homegirl like Travel One talking like she be talking in her ear. She got a bunch of homegirls. Girl, didn't he say he's gonna go around the country with you? Didn't he say he's gonna take you out? When he gonna take you out? See, he's still working, ain't he, girl? Yeah, he ain't never home for you. I bet you he got a younger girl. I bet you he got a baby on the way. I bet you you gonna trick that poor woman out her husband. She better go home.
No. See, y'all got it wrong. She not leaving her man. She not leaving her husband. She leaving her multi-millionaire husband.
Yeah, she crazy as hell.
Put that out there.
Listen, but she done put him in the trick bag. So he done said he done messed up. He gonna try to keep his wife. So maybe it worked. But hey, just don't listen to Travel One. Y'all gonna be out.
And don't fall for that. He trying to keep his net worth is what he trying to keep.
Hey, listen, brother, keep your net worth by all means. Hey, listen, fam, they done spent almost a life. You know, most of these ninjas in here ain't even 39 years old, fam. They done spent a lifetime together, man. They might as well go the whole route. Shit, she getting divorced for now.
Like, I did an experiment with my son. I said, son, date a girl that comes from a 2-parent household and date a girl that comes from a single-parent household. And I want you to journal the differences. You know, how she treated you, how she acts. And right now he's with 2 years now with a girl from a 2-parent household. Good girl. And he told me it's way different, Mom. I was in a toxic relationship with a girl that was a one single household. It makes a difference, ladies. It makes a difference. I tell my son, make sure you get you one that know how to cook, because you ain't going to be calling me 24/7. When I go to your house for Valentine's Day, I'm bringing a bottle, I'm bringing the sweet potato pie, and I'm watching football, and I'm chilling. Okay, I'm not gonna get in that kitchen. I did it for 18 years. Now if she wants help and wants to learn how to cook your favorites, I will be happy to teach her, but not on Thanksgiving. Nobody experiments on Thanksgiving.
You said Valentine's Day. You meant Thanksgiving.
Oh, I did. Right? Yeah, I meant Thanksgiving.
Say, don't be going to your son's house on Valentine's
Day.
No.
I meant Thanksgiving, because I'm watching football and I'm gonna be with my grandbabies and I'm gonna be drinking that Crown Royal and I'm gonna be chilling. But I tell my son, you're 18 years old, stay on your purpose. The next 10 years, you are laying your foundation. He's in college, he's working on his thing, and all I could do is pray for him, and I tell him, please, no babies. Give me 10 years. 10 years. You're only 18. What's the rush? She's trying to be a veterinarian. You're a business major. Right there. You guys can build a wonderful veterinarian business. She runs the animals, you run the books, and we could build a dynasty here. That's what I'm trying to teach my son.
So he's straight, because I remember the last conversation I had with you about your son. You had found out he was sexually active and you was having a heart attack.
No, the only time he was 16 when he came. No, he's good now. I just pray, and then I even talk to her too. You say you want to be a veterinarian. Imagine you having a baby right now. And I'm not even talking about my son. I'm talking about any young man. Okay, stay on your grind. I can't stop y'all from doing what y'all doing, but don't bring a human into the equation. Don't put that burden on the grandparents. And that's another thing. Us grandparents make it too easy for these kids who are having kids, and then we end up I'm not going to be that kind of grandma. I'm gonna be in Jamaica getting my groove back. I said, I told them, give me 10 years and then I'll be Nina, because I love Nina Simone. I don't want to be called grandma. I want to be called Nina. And that's what my grandma's name was, Nina. And I ain't got no problem. But I just don't think, and his father tells him the same thing too. But you know, you can only tell an 18-year-old with those hormones so much. And all you could do is, you know, hope that everything you've taught your children, that now they apply it. But a lot of us parents forget that we was young once and we was doing our shit, and we don't tell our kids the real. We try to sugarcoat things or chastise them for things that we did when we were young. And I think, and our little girls, we need to do better with them and teach them the importance of a man. Oh, go to college, get your education, be strong and independent. But we don't tell them go find a husband. What is it that these young white women do in college? Right before spring. Most of them are engaged to get married by the time they graduate college. Do us melanated women think like that?
I don't know if you can though. Them little nigglets on the college campus, you gotta give them little nigglets. You gotta give them little nigglets some time, because they a little messed up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my daughter bringing no man home from college.
Young man, my son, I just stepped away for a minute because my son came over. He had to use my tools. So
no problem.
Tags on his car. But I was talking to him about, you know, what he did yesterday. He's home for the Labor Day holiday. You know, of course, he was the best man at my wedding, but he talking about he went kayaking.
Okay.
And I listened to him talk. I'm like, okay. So I said, you remember what I told you? You need to have a variety of friends. Don't just have all your friends to be black. I know your teammates in high school was all black, but I made sure, and I intentionally was on the AAU with a variety of different backgrounds of friends. I said, now guess what? You was able to experience some shit that your black friends would have never took you on. You went kayaking. We ain't going on that no goddamn kayaking boat. We ain't doing that shit. Your black friends ain't teaching that shit. That's why I told you have a variety of friends. There's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to have a diverse friendship, amount of friends, Indian, black, Asian. It doesn't matter. Get to know everybody. Y'all your teammates. When you went to college, you know you went to a diverse school. We did that for a reason. So you can have diverse friends and know how to operate in this world. Not all your people you're going to work with, they're going to be black people. They're going to be a diverse of all people. So get to know how to operate and maneuver around them. There's nothing wrong with just hanging out with your black family and black friends. It's cool. But make sure you diversify your friendship like you need to diversify your money.
And real quick, gentlemen, I just got to give a shout out. Got a couple more cash apps in, so I got to give it to you a little bit here.
Watch it all fall out. All I see, what I really want to see is the. I don't really need a D, I need the. I got bands in the coop, busting out the roof. I got bands in the coop. What I really want to see is the.
Shout out to Drip from the Drip Show, elevating my channel. I really, really appreciate that. I appreciate the donations. Well, this was a good conversation, because after talking to y'all gentlemen, now I'm starting to think that I have allowed him to trigger me. And the fact that I engage is indicative of the fact that I allowed him to trigger me unnecessarily. And that's because of me going through my issues of the fact that I'm about to be 50. And I'm still trying to put a grip on that, because it's like, wow, where did the time go? I don't even feel like I'm fit. Well, sometimes, but it's like, wow, where did the time go? It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. But I'm not going to take any more time with you guys. We've been at the 2-hour mark. I just want to go ahead and see your final thoughts on this. It was a great conversation. I wanted the ladies to hear it from the men. And I kind of knew already, because I rock with y'all. I know how y'all are. That you guys were going to say that delivery shouldn't be that important. That's why a lot of women didn't like Kevin Samuels. Was he abrasive? Yeah. Well, he's an asshole sometimes? Yeah. But it was necessary and it was needed. To some of the women to be spoken to the way they were spoken to. I get it, guys. I get it. But do you guys not think that you will get more bees with honey sometimes and more women to listen to y'all if maybe, but then that would be dictating on how we're telling you how to speak to us, right? And we should never tell a man how he should speak, right? Yeah, anybody can jump in.
I think we spent the last decade telling men how to talk. We need to spend the next 10 years teach women how to listen. If you really think about this.
Oh, Lord, that's a clip.
if I'm being honest with you, I think this whole needing to learn how to deliver is a straw man argument. Now, fellas, black man, him, angry man, everybody in the chat, when you with your girl, we could be on the basketball court, going at it. When you see your girl, does not your tone automatically change when you're talking to your woman?
Yes.
When you talk to your mother or sister?
Of course.
Matter of fact, it could be a random woman. Your voice is going to change because she's a woman. Flip that. I've seen women be disrespectful to the police, disrespectful in politics, when they're in important meetings. So I think that this is a straw man argument for women who lack the maturity to listen to constructive criticism without being intent on being offended. I think this is a whole straw man argument. I think that we have to teach our women to listen and to understand that if a man says something to you that improves you, he only does so because he cares about you in some way. That's what I think needs to happen.
And we have to remember that, ladies. We have to consider the source. Stop getting so upset. Look at the source. If it's something, a man you value and respect and hold in high regard, just take heed in it and sit in it and shut the fuck up. Listen sometimes. And look, I'm in the same boat, ladies. I'm not perfect, but at least I'm up here having the conversation with the men. At least I've done the counseling and the growth, and I'm learning every day. I go back to therapy. I'm not active right now, Izzy, but I just made an appointment for next month to get a tune-up. You know, you know how you take your car and get a tune-up, get fresh air filter, oil change, new brakes? We have to do that with ourselves too. Because as we're getting older, there's always room for improvement. We're not perfect. So with that being said, I'm going to go around the room. You guys give me your final thoughts, and we're going to close out because I don't want to take your whole Sunday night in. So BMU, I know you're still there working hard for all the shows that are coming forth this week. What say you? What are your final thoughts? What you got to say on this?
Well, it was good to be on the panel with such astute, intelligent men who are like-minded. Dark skin is coming back. Light skin is not your friend. So
wait, what you trying to say?
Izzy, you in trouble, Izzy.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Angry man, you in trouble, angry man.
You know Hank in trouble.
You said what?
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is coming back. Shamar Moore is not. So to all the light-skinned guys, we're praying for you.
Why you trying to start with Angry Man? I don't know why you trying to start with Angry Man on the last words, BMU. Go ahead.
Love you, Angry Man.
Sir Hale, you are in high commodity right now, sir. As what was said on the panel, dark skin is back in, hard in effect. What are your final thoughts? And again, thank you for coming. What are your final thoughts?
Well, after 17 years of marriage, black men don't get me shot by saying that. So I think this was a good show. And so one thing I respect about you, Embrace, I respect any woman who openly, publicly says, "Hey, critique me on my response." I don't see that happen a lot. So I want to give you a shout out for that. I want to say to any woman who wants to be in a relationship, no one owes you dedication if you didn't get the tooling you need to be in a good relationship. No one owes you that. No man owes you great delivery. You have to look at the outcomes of your life and make a decision as to whether or not you want to continue getting what you get or if you want to make a change. And if you want to make a change, don't make it hard for a man to have to come and take the reins of your life. Learn to be a lady so it's easy for a gentleman to be a gentleman to you without having to deconstruct stuff that he didn't mess up in your life. The second thing is, don't focus on how a man says something if you already know and it's established that he cares about you. The third thing I'll say is, don't just listen to men you like, because sometimes the men you like don't like you back. Listen to men who hold you in a place of value and esteem you, because they're going to get without wanting sex from you. Let me add that caveat. They esteem you and they don't want sex from you. Brothers, fathers, grandparents, genuine friends, because they're going to give you the uncomfortable truth because they genuinely want to see you better. So it's your job to interpret the fact that they are saying something in the first place is a sign of care, and leave all of the unnecessary things about filter and tone out, because that's just a distraction that feeds into your inability to take constructive criticism. Much love, everybody.
Absolutely. And again, Sir Hale, thank you for coming. Thank you for always supporting me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Angry man, my guy.
So,
what say you?
The only thing I would have to say is great show, great conversation. A lot of points that were, hammered home. So there's no need of me dropping any more points. But I will say this, Embrace, I appreciate you having me. I hope you get better. I didn't even know you had the Rona. You feel what I'm saying? But I hope you get better soon. BMU, congratulations on Dark Skinned Brothers coming back. I know y'all been waiting a long time. Pink, my beard is going to challenge your beard to a death match after this show is over to see who's the top light-skinned dude. I just want to let you know that. And Sir Hale, first time on the panel with you. I've seen some of your content, great content. I have no doubt in my mind now that when the rapture comes, the voice of God is going to sound like yours. So I'll be listening for you.
Amber's going to clip this.
Yeah, right?
But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all for having me on here. It's been a great conversation. And lastly, there was one more thing I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. Travel One flushes non-flushable wipes down the toilet. I just want to say that.
That's not good. There's going to be a stop. It's going to be a plug. Oh, and then a man is going to come fix it for her, because 86% of plumbers are males.
He's going to see her and run. Nah, it's not going to happen.
She's a terrorist.
Yeah, he's going to see her and run away. Yo, Travel One weighs 600 pounds and be watching YouTube on her, with her device on her stomach. Anyway, yo, I saw a 600 pound life the other day. I'm telling you. Thank you for the well wishes, Angry Man. Shout out to Embrace the Grace. Thank you very much for having me, sis. I just want to say this: 50 is only half 100. You're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? 50 is only half 100. You gonna be all right. It's okay. It's not that old. Now, if you are Red Fox or the woman that played Aunt Esther or James Evans, then yeah, 50 is pretty old. They've been looking 50 for they look 50 for a long shit. They look 80 for a long time. So we're doing good, man. I mean, we're doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hank again. Congratulations, Hank, man. Congratulations to you, my boy. This is the first time I see you in a minute, man. Good to see you, bro. You still got all your action figures and shit. That's dope, man. That's dope.
It is awesome.
She didn't take action figures.
It is awesome. I'm over here looking at what I can snatch. Like I'm like, yeah.
Hey, you gotta get her quick. Man. He got married, man. You gotta get her quick because those are half her action figures now. Yeah. Yo, Sir Hale again, man. Good being on the panel with you, sir, man. Definitely, I'm not joking when I say, man, when I see you in your shorts, man, I'm like, damn, I know that guy, right? And then I forget that I know you. I'm like, yeah, that guy good. That boy good. So shout out to you, man. Salute to you. And BMU, you already know what it is, baby. My
yes,
brother,
sir.
BMU, man. The second Velvet voice. Along with Nick P, man. So it's been a dope show. Shout out to Angry Man for coming through, blessing us with his presence. Embrace the grace. Next time, don't be scared. Angry Man ain't gonna bite you.
No, I'm used to Angry Man. It's the others that be scared of him.
Nah. So, hey,
It's probably Hank that I get a little scared of, but I can handle him too at a long wooden spoon distance. Yes, sir. Okay.
Hank Bark is bigger than his bite. Hank just be talking shit.
No, I think he be biting and latching on sometimes. I ain't gonna get left. I'm calling Doreen.
Definitely doing a lot of biting right
peace to the chat, man.
And Hank, what say you? And once again, congratulations. You have given me hope. You know what I'm saying? You're on the other side of the coin. You know, maybe this will be me in a year or so, and I'll be getting well wishes.
Didn't I just tell you it's a man and a woman is different?
Yes.
Damn, BMU, bro.
But that doesn't mean I can't get married. Doreen got married. Okay.
Just
damn.
gloom. Damn, God.
Right? I always want to rain on my parade.
Damn, I know you don't like Kamala, but can you tell the sister a little bit of hope, BMU?
Raining on the parade. Listen, if you see the clouds, I'll cancel the motherfucker.
Can we let Hank speak and do his final thoughts, please, gentlemen? Hank, go ahead. What say you? What are your final thoughts?
It's rough in this piece. I see it right now. Black man, protect yourself at all times, man. Black man, protect yourself at all times. Whether you got to get on somebody's couch or somebody's Zoom meeting, man, get your mental right. Man of a certain age, like Angry Man's old ass, is me. You gotta do what we gotta do, man. Get your prostate, get your colonoscopy, man. Colon cancer's a motherfucker, man, and I hate to see it happen to any of these brothers up here. I want nothing but the best. Make sure y'all go get a full physical, man. Take care. Don't get a half order, get a full physical. Get your blood work. Make sure your numbers are in order. We gotta do this. We only get one shot at this thing. Life is too short. Don't take it for granted. That's my final thought, man. Grace, thanks for having me. And then you find these fine other young gentlemen up here. You know, thanks for everybody for coming up. Thanks for the chat, being involved and then participating.
Absolutely.
Even our friends.
Absolutely.
Shout out to
Hey,
I know.
Low key, I was just messing with Grace, but low key, she could have had her man on the panel tonight, but I guess she chose not to.
Excuse me, sir. I hit him up. My name is Grace. I don't chase. I replace. Okay. I did everything I could on my end. I sent him the link, sent him the message. So don't do that.
No, Embrace. Hold on. Stop. Those are not your lines. Those are not your lines. You can't hit him with the Jay-Z, I don't chase him, I replace him. Those are not your lines. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm speaking up for you. Now, no more speaking up for you. No more speaking up for you. Those are
no, because I did my part, sir. I did my part. I can't force. I led him to the water. I can't make him drink. So it is what it is.
Wait a minute. Those are not your lines either. You got a lot of references. What is happening? Because lead a hold of water, but you can't make a drink. What is going on?
I told you I was raised. My daddy raised me like a boy.
She needs a little bit more therapy, Sir Hell. We see what the issue is.
But I do appreciate all of y'all coming on. I wanted to hear from the men. I learned from y'all. That's why I rock with y'all. And I'm always watching y'all content. And Angry Man, I had my son read your book, by the way, before he left for college. He had to put gloves on, though, because I didn't want him dirtying my pages or my hardcover. So I appreciate you on that. Guys, all my audience members, all my mods, thank you for coming. Thank you for participating. Make sure you go check out every content creator on this panel. Like, subscribe, and share, because I rock with them because they bring value to this YouTube world. Do we beef with each other sometimes? It's all good. That's what family does. But it's when you come and circle back and talk things out and don't dox people and don't drag people through the mud, that's when it gets childish and stupid. So once again, thank you for coming. Make sure y'all check me out tomorrow on the BMU Network, Monday Night Mayhems. I'm on the panel Tuesday night, and I'll be having a show on my channel now. It's all about pouring into Embrace the Grace channel. So make sure you guys help me get to 1,000 subscribers by my 50th birthday, November 7th. Okay, that's all I want for my birthday. It's my 1,000 subscribers, working on my viewing time so I can get monetized. Shout out to Drip from the Drip Show. This is all his work. He worked with me. He made my ideas. He visualized my ideas. I would send him the songs and what I want, and that's what he put together. So shout out to that. BMU as well. He's always helping me elevate my channel. Gentlemen, again, thank you for coming. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow. Be safe, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace, guys. Take care.
Peace.
Yes, you can.